You can able to see my screen, right? Yeah. So the first phase in a hacker methodology is footprinting, right? Even we can call this phase as a reconnaissance phase. So what is the objective of this model is, first of all, we'll try to understand different types of footprinting concept, and we'll see different techniques of footprinting. Let's say how an attacker will gather the information using the Google Docs and social networking sites and web footprinting, email footprinting, and competitive intelligence, and they will perform who is lookup and DNS lookup and network information gathering, and even we can gather the information using the social engineering technique also, and we'll see different types of tools and countermeasures to prevent this kind of an attacks. And last part we will see understanding the footprinting penetration testing, right? So this is a model flow. First we'll go with the footprinting concept, right? So what is footprinting, right? Footprinting is an information gathering phase. Okay, it's purely an information gathering phase. It's We can call this as a pre-attack phase also, right? So footprinting is the first step of an attack on the information systems in which an attacker collects the information about a target network for identifying the various ways to intrude into the system. Because the attacker's motto, what is his motto? To get the information about the target. Right? So you want to get into system or you want to breach that organization, whatever it might be. So for any attack, first of all, they'll start with the information gathering only, right? So we have different types of information gathering techniques. Now we'll see those all the different types of information gathering technique which an attacker will follow. Even ethical hacker also will follow the same techniques, but when he found some interesting or creepy information about the target, he'll report it, but he will misuse it, right? And we have two types of footprinting. One is passive footprinting and one is active footprinting. So passive information gathering, I can say, is it is without directly interaction with the target and gathering the information, right? He will not directly get the information from the target. He will just gather the information using the different resources, let's say internet, search engines, right? Other stuff. And we have active footprinting too. Active footprinting, where the attacker will directly interact with the target and he will gather the information. That is active footprinting. And what information he'll try to gather. The information obtained in a footprinting is, so here you have organization information, network information, and system information. Let's say organization information. So I need the employee details, how many employees are working, and what is the telephone numbers, because each and every employee is having a more telephone number, and the location of the company, right? And the details about the organization, who is their vendors, from where they're getting the business, and what products they are dealing with, and the web technologies what they are using. This all comes under the organization information. And we have network information. In the network information, what is the domain name, right? What is the subdomains and network blocks, in a sense the range of IPs which are available in that network, and reachable IP being used by that company, IP addresses, okay, of the systems, and searching in a publicly available records like who is lookup and DNS lookup. Then coming to the system information, what operating systems they are using, what servers they are using, okay, what is the usernames and passwords, right? Those kind of information, etc. Once I gather this all the information, okay, whatever you gather this information in a footprinting phase, using that information only will plan for the further attacks, and he'll come to know what kind of a security posture is being implemented, right? So because the objective of conducting the footprinting to find out the security posture of the organization, right? When you're doing information gathering, you find so much information which is, most of the services are running outdated, those kind of information. And you find so many servers. Some servers are, very vulnerable, and some servers are having good security. In in in, in that scenario, attacker will only concentrate where the less security is, and he will ignore where they implemented more security. Because if I got to know that there is more security, still if you are trying to penetrate the device, what will happen is you may not able to penetrate. There is a chance you might waste your time. So they can reduce the focus of area, and they can able to find out the vulnerabilities, right? Then they can create the network diagram. Okay, they can create the topology saying that this many servers are there, these servers are running this many this services, right? These ports are open. They'll create an overview, they'll create a topology of that organization. So it'll make them to understand how the topology is, and where to attack and where to exit, right? They'll come to know all the information. So this is the objective of footprinting.